So happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, our short day, and we're going to continue working on what we started yesterday, right? Focused on research and finding out, hey, is this a good charity? Is this someplace that I might want to donate my money to or I might want to volunteer at? And you looking that up and taking that time is going to make a difference. I've talked about it before, but let me say it again. If you want to spend some money, if you want to buy something, if you want to donate some money, gosh, look it up. Look up reviews. Look up how things have done. And I have saved so much money and time doing that. My favorite purchase was my dishwasher that we bought a couple of years ago. It was a Bosch dishwasher, and I went to Consumer Reports, which is like a independent testing company, and they test products to see the quality and how well they last and all that kind of stuff. And the top three rated dishwashers, one of them stood out because the other two were like $1,800, almost $2,000 for a dishwasher. And their rating, when they added everything up, was like 95 or 96. And then the third one, like it was $1,800. And then the one that I bought was 600, and and it was rated just as high as the other ones, but it was so much cheaper. So of course I'm cheap. That's the one I bought, and I love it. If you have the kind of dishwasher where if you don't scrub everything off before you put it in there, it's going to have marks on it. It's going to have food on it when it's done. That's the kind of dishwasher I used to have. This one, if you load it right, whoo, everything comes sparkling clean. And of course, you got to load it right. You got to use the rinse aid. But, I could have spent a lot more money and gotten something a lot worse because the ones after it were also more than $600. So that one was such a standout. Well, the same thing, probably now as teenagers, you're not going to be donating much money. But once you're an adult and you have careers and you have families, you may want to volunteer at a children's home or volunteer at the food shelter and take your kids to volunteer. And finding out good information is always important. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I like to talk sometimes. Sorry. Let's do our positive affirmations, tell ourselves what to think and what to believe, and read them along with me. It's good for us. What are you? I am strong, confident, and successful. Yes, you are. And how do I feel about getting work done? I love getting work done. It is a muscle, right? Working through your emotions. And the more you work that muscle, the stronger, the bigger it gets. How do I feel about schoolwork? The harder I work, the stronger I become. And that attitude makes a difference, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go into, these are some of this is something else. Let me switch screens. To get to the actual assignment, it's the assignment from yesterday, right? So if you click on yesterday's assignment, Research 1, so you have to click on there to open it up. And it's this assignment right here. No, that's not it. Did I close it? I guess I closed it. Oh, well, let's open it. So Research 1 is where you're going to find your two sources of information and copy and paste in what you find. You can click here to open up the HyperDoc to find info on your charity. And this is the library page. Some people told me yesterday, oh, well, I had trouble getting in with that. It wouldn't let me in. Well, you may have to go to the home access page. And if you click here, if you try this one, the library page, and you can get there directly, fine, use that. But if you can't, go to the home access page. The one that you want to use is the Gale database and online newspapers. That's the one you click on. I'm here at school, so it's just going to open up. It may ask you for like your password. The password is research. If you need to key that in, that's all you have to do. Like I said yesterday, if you just put your keywords here, nothing came up for me. I searched Roy Moss here, and it just came up blank. You have to go to Academic OneFile. Where do you have to go? Yes, Academic OneFile. If you click on Academic OneFile, this is how it'll pop up. And then I keyed in my charity, Roy Moss. I talked about yesterday, if you put in children's home, well, it's going to look up all the ones that have children's homes. So you'll have millions of hits instead of just the ones related. So try and focus on the name. I know some of us put down like the abbreviation of it, like there was this one thing called salsa. Well, if you search for salsa, you're going to come up with a lot of stuff about food, right? But the actual place was San Antonio Legal Assistance, blah, 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 blah. So be sure you actually spell out the acronym. Don't just put an abbreviation. When you search with these academic databases, you're going to have a lot of different information. For a local charity, you're probably not going to find anything in academic journals. It's just a local charity. And we have the name Roy. So probably all these have to do with somebody named Roy, or somebody else might have the last name Moss. But there's nothing listed here. The best place to look for a local charity is look in the news. And that's where I found this article. So if you find that article that sounds good, sounds interesting, great, click on it. And look, with the academic, I didn't say this yesterday, you can either download it or you can save it to your Google Drive so you can refer back to it at any time. That's what's really helpful about using this database. And you look through and find a good quote. I liked this quote, so I would copy this and paste this into my document there. Right, and that goes under our first source. You put your quote in there. And then for the citation, well, it's really easy with the database because it actually will create the citation for you. So all you have to do is select and then copy and then paste it in under the citation. So that you're done with that one, then find the second one. Keep the articles open, or of course you can reopen them. You'll have the information there. But that's the easy part, right? And that's the part that I had my afternoon classes do yesterday. For today, for the second part, is writing that annotation paragraph at minimum 100 words. And basically you're going to tell us, well, what's the article about? So yeah, actually go in there and read. Go in there and at least read the first paragraph, read the last paragraph, kind of scan and skim through the rest of it. And overall, what's going on in this article? Tell us about that. And then the credibility. We watched that video yesterday, right? Talking about, okay, well, what kind of website is it? And if you look in here, I've kind of got a quick little, let me switch to today's. If you look into today's work, I've kind of got the same information listed. But for your annotated paragraph, basically your three parts to it, right? The content, summary about what the article's about, and then for credibility, remember we're looking for is the website an .edu, a .gov, a .org, a .net, or a .com. The important thing to remember is just because it's a .net or .com doesn't mean you can't use it. It just may not be considered as credible. So you could say something like the credibility is not terribly high because it's from a .com. Maybe it's not that recent, right? The more recent it is, the more credible it is. And if it's from the academic databases, it's definitely peer reviewed. You can also look at the bottom for a works cited or bibliography at the end, and that increases the credibility. If you're really not sure, you can look up the sponsor, the owner of it, and see, well, who is this person that puts this out? Are they left wing? Are they right wing? But all I'm really looking for credibility is kind of like these four things. And if you speak to that, you're done with the credibility part. And then the relevance, the importance of your quote. Well, why is this quote a big deal? Why is this important in helping us figure out if this is a good charity? That's what you're going to be explaining. And once you get started doing it, especially if you take the time to read over the article carefully, you're going to have more than 100 words. Most of you will have 150, 200. And if you want an A on this, you do want to have the 150, 200 words, not just 100. The 100 is going to give you a 70. Keep that in mind. So if you do it a piece at a time, it's not that much to do. It is due today. And the hardest part is getting started. Mr. Carvajal, I don't feel like working today. That's okay. You don't have to feel like it. You can do it anyway. Go to Tuesday, open it up, open up the research thing, try into the academic database. If you're having trouble with it, to heck with it. Just go to the San Antonio report, find information there. If you use that one, remember you have to use the citation generator, and you scroll down, you have to click on the date. So let me just do that real quick so that we'll have it on video and we'll be able to see it as a reminder. So if you go to the San Antonio report, and you do your search, but I'm just going to click on this one for Haven for Hope just to go quick. And you find something good, you find a good quote about them or something great. So you just copy. Where is this from? Oh, this is from a website. If it's from something else, of course, put something else. You key in the URL. Oh, there it is. And for this one, all you have to do is click on today, January 13th, and cite source. And boom. It's down here at the top or at the bottom, and click to copy. You got it copied, and paste it in. And I like to paste without formatting, but that's all you need to do for the citation. Find the quote, annotation paragraph. You can be sure, if you're not sure, go over these things to be sure you have all the parts. You only need to do 2, so it might take you 20 minutes. It might take you a little longer, a little less, depending on how much work you did yesterday. But just do it one at a time. Just get started and work through it. And you are smart, confident, and successful. And if you need any help from me, I'll be here. How much more time do we have in class? 5th period ends at 11:29. Woo! Hey, we're doing good. We got about 10 minutes left of class. So if you have any questions, if you haven't started yet and you want me to explain a little bit more, message me, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. And other than that, let's get things done. Let's get this done so we don't have to worry about it. Because tomorrow, guess what? There's another assignment. And if you don't do it today, you're going to have starting that pile that nobody wants. So that's all for now.